Trump election warning. Iran strikes continue. Spain wins the World Cup. And China battery dominance. Greetings, humanity. Let's grok the news. We cover the world's headlines, but first, a deep dive into the most important story in the world today, which remains from Dateline, Washington, D.C. President Trump delivered a primetime address from the White House Thursday night. It is still our top story, spotlighting what he called serious vulnerabilities in America's election system and releasing declassified intelligence on foreign interference. Trump focused on election integrity ahead of the 2026 midterms, describing the current setup as falling short of secure standards. The president said the materials show the People's Republic of China carried out what intelligence assesses as the largest compromise of U.S. election data in history. This includes acquisition of roughly 220 million voter files containing names, addresses, phone numbers, and party preferences. Officials attribute the activity to a years-long effort beginning around the 2020 election cycle. Trump stressed the disclosures aim to strengthen confidence by confronting problems, not to weaken it. He called for immediate fixes to make cheating and interference virtually impossible. Trump highlighted non-citizen registrations as well. The Department of Homeland Security review has identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens on voter rolls for federal elections. He urged, and that's not all the states, he urged states to act swiftly on voter list maintenance, proof of citizenship requirements, and safeguards against mail-in and machine vulnerabilities. The administration followed up with letters to states warning of potential funding impacts for non-compliance and for possible prosecutions for knowingly allowing ineligible voting. Election officials in multiple states pushed back, saying many claims recycle long-debunked allegations and that documents do not prove voters or votes were changed in past contests. Democrats accused the move of sowing doubt before midterms. Republicans welcomed the focus on security enhancements. The speech and releases come as the administration presses for photo ID, citizenship verification, and tighter federal oversight of election infrastructure traditionally managed by the states. Trump did not claim that past results were overturned Thursday, but he did warn of ongoing risks from great power actors, especially China. He directed federal agencies to support states with resources while demanding accountability. The address drew sharp reactions across the political spectrum, with some praising transparency and others seeing it as undermining trust. No evidence in the released material shows altered vote totals from the previous elections, according to the officials who reviewed them. The developments unfold against a backdrop of heightened national security focus. The White House says the goal remains free, fair, and secure elections that earn public confidence. Further actions on funding conditions and guidance to states are expected in the coming weeks. Well, in the opinion of this observer, the only people who are fighting against fair elections are those who want to have unfair elections. I'm Robert Gardner, using Grok each weekday to truthfully summarize the news, and you get my opinion as well. We review a roundup of the world's most critical reports right after this. M.S. Gardner, my wife, is author of Wolf's Bane. It's a dark, serious, modern take on an old fairy tale, a page-turning Southern Gothic story for adults. Wolf's Bane, available now at thecuriousauthor.com or amazon.com. Now, we grok the news with headlines from around the world. Dateline, Washington, D.C. The United States forces conducted a 9th consecutive night of strikes on Iranian targets. The action followed an American service member's death in northern Iraq during a controlled detonation of a downed Iranian drone. Tensions remain high around the Strait of Hormuz, with oil flows continuing. Iran called the waterway a red line. Diplomatic efforts persist. Dateline, New York, New York. Spain defeated Argentina 1-0 in extra time to claim the 2026 FIFA World Cup title at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Ferran Torres scored the winner. Rodri earned golden ball honors as Spain lifted up the trophy for the second time. President Donald Trump presented the cup. Celebrations erupted worldwide, while Argentina bid farewell to Lionel Messi's final World Cup. Maybe his final World Cup. We'll see. Dateline, New Delhi, India. India's parliament opened its monsoon session amid uproar and high security in the capital. Opposition lawmakers raised issues including the NEET, examination leaks and delimitation. Protesters clashed with police near Parliament during a march organized by the Civil Justice Project. Authorities imposed prohibitory orders. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged smooth functioning. Dateline, Miami, Florida. Influencer Andrew Tate was arrested by federal marshals in Miami on suspicion of sex charges. Video footage showed him handing off a phone during the takedown. The arrest marks the latest development in the long-running legal matters involving Tate and his brother. Authorities have not released full details on the immediate charges. Dateline, Beijing. China continues to dominate global battery storage capacity, and that's critical for renewable energy expansion. In just 5 years, it built systems equivalent to powering Texas and California on peak summer days. Experts say this positions Beijing ahead in the green technology race amid the great power competition over energy security. Dateline, Odisha. The India Meteorological Department issued a heavy rain alert for 15 districts as a low-pressure system remains active. Officials warned of flooding and landslides. Separate incidents included a teenager missing after falling into the Brahmani River while filming. Rescue operations continue. Dateline, Brussels, Belgium. Europol described terrorism as a persistent threat across Europe in its latest assessment. Officials highlighted evolving risks from multiple sources. The report comes as the European Union debates privacy concerns around proposed chat control legislation aimed at protecting children online. Dateline, Budapest, Hungary. The Hungarian president has signed a constitutional amendment ending her own mandate. The move reshapes the political landscape in the European Union member state. Analysts watch for impacts on domestic governance and regional relations. Further details on timing remain limited. Dateline, Kiev. Ukrainian forces reported striking major Russian logistics hubs in central Russia. The action forms part of ongoing operations in the Russo-Ukrainian war. Moscow has not immediately confirmed or commented on the claims. Civilian sheltering increased in the affected areas. Dateline, London. The new United Kingdom Prime Minister indicated intentions to move toward closer European Union ties. Analysts say this marks a potential shift in post-Brexit policy without a vote of the people. Trade and security cooperation remain key discussion points with Brussels. Dateline, Tehran. Iranian state media reported blasts in northern and southern cities, including Tabriz and Chabahar, following renewed United States strikes. Casualty figures vary by source. The Islamic Republic continues to denounce these actions as aggression. They didn't do nothing. Dateline, Mexico City, Mexico. Celebrations and controversies marked the 2026 FIFA World Cup that was hosted across North America. Some Iranian team personnel faced entry issues due to the ongoing conflict. Organizers declared the tournament a logistical success, despite the challenges. Dateline, Jakarta, Indonesia. Indonesia's primary and secondary education ministry prepares policies for schools with low enrollment in collaboration with regional governments. The effort is aiming to address demographic and access challenges across the archipelago nation. Dateline, Vientiane, Laos. Laotian authorities indicted a distillery owner and hostel staff over the deaths of 6 foreign tourists in 2024. Exact causes remain undetermined without autopsies. This case drew some international attention at the time. Dateline Yangon, Myanmar. Myanmar has commemorated the 79th Martyrs' Day with tributes at the mausoleum in Yangon. Officials and families honored independence leaders that were assassinated in 1947. Public access opened to key historical sites. Dateline Washington, D.C. The FBI will no longer investigate certain confrontations involving immigration agents, according to reports. The policy shift affects evidence collection in some encounters. Officials cite resource priorities. This observer is glad to see some government agencies with priorities. Dateline New York, New York. Director Christopher Nolan's film The Odyssey achieved a strong box office opening of $124.5 million domestically. The R-rated epic defied expectations in its debut weekend. Let's see how it does next weekend. That's really where they decide whether a big show like this is made or broken. Dateline Bhopal, India. Madhya Pradesh Cabinet approved a draft Uniform Civil Code bill with exemptions for tribes. Chief Minister Mohan Yadav said that the measure promotes equality under the law. National debate on personal laws continues. Dateline Delhi, India. India's centre is holding consultations with stakeholders on safeguards for children using social media platforms. Discussions focus on privacy, content regulation, and protection measures amid rapid digital growth. And finally, Dateline, the Strait of Hormuz. We're back there. Oil continued flowing through the Strait of Hormuz despite the United States-Iran tensions and strikes. The United States Energy Secretary confirmed that volumes remain stable. Shipping disruptions remain limited. This observer believes that the American strike should continue until the Iranian regime is no more and the people are free. And I thank you for listening. Please join me tomorrow to once again grok the news. I'm Robert Gardner. Godspeed and God bless.